Hi. Hello. I'm just gonna wait for a few more people to come in. If you didn't see the first part, the first part of the reading we got cut off. This is now an extension of that. As you can see, this is sage I'm burning. We've already got issues with the internet. Hello, welcome. Thank you for we've already got issues with the internet. I've just gone live for 29 seconds and there's already issues with the internet. As you can see, I'm just going to hold this sage the whole time. The first time was possibly my fault. There was one thing that I didn't do, and usually I do. So I'm using my dragon's blood incense now, and I'm going to hold this sage. Ridiculous that we've even got to do this, but this is the thing. If we've got karmic interference, dig your own hole. Keep digging that hole, because it will go back to that. This is the thing that people don't realize is that you know, we're just sending it upstairs at the moment. So if you've joined us again, thank you so much for joining us again. We will keep going because obviously this is, you know, why we do it, isn't it? Yeah. Hello. Yeah, the reason for that is the little bit of interference at the moment. Karmically interference. So we're starting again here. I was talking about karmics and the internet went weird. So I'm holding sage now. And I've got my dragon's blood incense and I've taken one extra precaution. So we're going to try this again. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for those who've come back. Let's see what other messages are going to come through. I wonder why. I wonder if they, yeah, it's interesting they didn't like what I was saying, wasn't it? I wonder why they didn't like it. I wonder why. Yeah, you're right. But do you know what? I actually had this conversation with my guides. Because this is the other thing. The videos are going to take longer to upload because I've just had to reboot my whole laptop, which means we've lost the uploads that we were waiting for. This is the thing. I'm doing a tarot reading. If you're coming into the reading, you don't want me to read you? Like, what do you want me to do? She came into the reading. It's because I left the chat. That's what I was thinking. I mean, it wasn't just one karmic. That's the thing. But if you're I'm not saying karmic, please jump into my lap. Let me read you. I'm asking what messages have to come through. So, you know, what we're supposed to do, because don't forget, if we're not reading that energy, are we giving it power? You got to remember. Now, personally, you've got two choices. If you're involved in a situation where you're blocking another situation, stand out the way, girl, you know, stand out the way. Standard procedure. But if you're interfering directly and then you keep doing that, don't complain when things go wrong. Now, you could sit there and go, well, yeah, you were reading that person and so they're complaining because of that. I'm asking a general situation to come forward for messages. I didn't ask one karmic to come in. So feel free, you know, this is the thing. If we're reading a situation and get out of your masculine's way, then that's how I want to say it. Get out of your masculine's way. Let your masculine live. Then you wouldn't need to be called out. You know, this is not a blackmail. This is we're doing a reading here. Like, I'm going to call things as I see it, and I'm not going to be pussyfooting around based on someone's bad behavior. Sorry, not sorry. Right, let's see. Messages, please. Messages. And this is the thing. My guy just said it's their own doing. This is not me saying it. I'm just passing it on. If they've got an issue, they can go upstairs. Like, it's not a problem. They can be a Karen and go upstairs. They can complain to the manager. You know, I'm just the middle guy who will call out the information that I get, you know. Standard. Here comes, oh, don't ask me to sing. Here comes the sun. Look, we've got the sunflowers again. The only thing certain in life is, I mean, look, truth is the certainty, isn't it? We call it out as we see it. The sunflowers are the flowers that position themselves into the line of the sun to grow, for growth. The sun, solar eclipse energy, truth, enlightenment. I have a karmic that's trying to talk to me in my head at the moment. Their higher self is trying to talk to me in their head. And you know what I mean? Don't come into a reading. How is the sun connected to you? Like, this is the thing. If you're talking to me in my head, you want me to just pretend you're not there? Like, how does that work? Hermit in reverse, okay? So the hermit is someone who looks for their own inner light, is looking for enlightenment. Someone doesn't want the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to see the truth. They don't want to know the truth, which is why they're getting triggered. This is healing. This is about, you've got to remember, if there's a mirroring situation going on and a masculine isn't acknowledging something, you're damn right the feminine isn't, the karmic's not going to acknowledge something as well. Hey, I'm good, thank you. Hope you're doing well. I've got a laugh. Do you remember the last card that we got out? And I said there's a communication coming. That's now in reverse. This is ego. I don't know if you want me to do, like, whoever I'm channeling for, this is clearly a karmic who is coming back into the room. What do you want me to do? Shall I lie? Like, this is ego. This is ego. This is ego. Sun, hermit in reverse, call in reverse. They're not reflecting on the truth. They're not acknowledging the call. They're not heeding the call. And they don't want to understand this. They just want to block everything because they're wounded. I don't know how else to say this. You know, you've jumped back into my... And this, can I just FYI it? Between every reading, I wash my hands. I actually wash them with soap. And I also do Florida water on my desk, right? I even wipe down the tarot cards. I wipe my hands. And we've gone through dragon blood, incense, and sage. If you don't want to be in the reading, leave. It's not hard to work out. I'm doing all these steps. But if you're jumping back into this reading, then there's gonna be an insight that is not going to be me, you know, pussyfooting around the truth. I'm going to be calling it as I see it. Hi, Arby. So this is, I mean, I'll be honest with you. No, I'm not a germaphobe, but it's relating to a reading that I'm cleansing. When you're doing anything reading wise, I don't want to cross-contaminate energy, and I've got to obviously make sure that, you know, I'm cutting ties. But we just had a particularly bad energy come through of a reading which cut my internet. So I'm taking the necessary precautions to start afresh to prove the point that someone wants to come in, and I've just proven it because they're here again. Let's see what else messages come in. Let's pretend there's not an elephant in the room. Well, I mean, yeah, obviously that is, of course, a good way of doing spiritual upkeep is getting a bath. But I mean, it's either me take a bath for an hour and then have everyone waiting. It's not really, you know, I just do my cleansing. I cut my cords and I do the necessary precautions. So, I mean, the live was cut short, so I'm obviously jumping back on. I do my normal upkeep My normal upkeep is always the same. I play Solfago music. I do sage. Obviously, I shower. You know, I do all the normal precautions. But I didn't have to. I don't have time to be doing baths in between in obsessive karmics coming through in a reading. So 6 of Wands is victory. So this is victory. Okay, so there's an energy here of someone is not wanting to acknowledge anything, which is why all of this rigmarole is going on. Now, do we pretend that that's not happening? No, because you're giving power to it, and we know the truth. We all know the truth. This, and again, don't forget, you don't take the revenge, you hand it upstairs, because all this person's doing is digging their hole. They're digging a hole. They don't want to acknowledge anything. They want to keep fighting it. They want to keep ignoring it. That's up to them. But unfortunately, the outcome is always the same. 6 of Wands. Outcome is victory. And as you can see, the sun is looking away from the victorious. There's distractions everywhere. Okay. There's someone who knows that they're losing their grip of control, and therefore this is this is their attempt. And like I say, we hand it upstairs and we let them deal with it. End of story. But the victory that comes is this purging. That is, we're shifting out of this energy. There's only so much you can do, or one person can do karmically. This is not a sustainable energy. You can't sustain this kind of grip of manipulation forever. It just doesn't work like that. And they're learning that. That's the issue. So we've got Page of Wands. So we've got Page of Wands here, which is passionate communication, as I mentioned before. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about flashes of fire on a chat room on YouTube. We're not going to talk about that, because people that are not experiencing that are going to read that and think, let me try that. So can we, as much as there are all different levels of abilities here, can we, because people aren't going to be able to read between the lines sometimes. All right. So just be aware that I don't advise people to go into a room and purification by fire. That is not what I recommend. Okay, RB, can you just, again, everyone's level of awareness and you know, training and stage they're at is different. So, you know what I mean? Some people that don't understand are not going to understand what you're saying. And it's, again, there are probably, I don't want to sort of give a wrong impression here with that kind of purification energy. So, and also with fire, what are my well, I mean, this is the thing, we're totally deviating from the reading here, but my thoughts on LSD is I've never had LSD, so I can't, how can I give a thought on it if I've never had it? My second thought on it is I don't really need that kind of, I'll be honest with you, I am well and truly shot away enough to not need LSD. I've always been plugged into something else, so you don't need drugs in a spiritual process. Why would you need anything external from yourself? Give a thought on drugs then in the spiritual process. You and your guides, your higher self, should be your direct line of communication into source, which is going to give you and provide you all the information you need. You know? And anyone that's seeking drugs and doing all of these crazy things, stick to the basics. Stick to the basics. There's a lot of people in the spiritual community that tend to kind of put themselves in a little rocket ship and shoot up onto planet Mars, and then they never have any level of awareness into the basics, and then they get caught out big time, and then they get really confused about why they're caught out. It's because you're not looking at the more basic elements of it. I'm not, okay, first of all, I'm not a shaman and I'm not of that culture. So for me to sit there and judge that is not my job, right? For me and my journey, my recommendation is you connect directly to source okay, that gives you the energy and the truth. All right. If you need all of these external energies, are you even, what are you relying on? Are you relying on you, or are you relying on something else? You know what I mean? You must tell me on Instagram some things. I mean, I'll be real. You're so anything. Okay, first of all, whoever, I'm going to be really honest with you. Someone is blocking their heart chakra because of drugs. That's number one. All right. You cannot heal if you're so high you haven't tuned into the real pain. That's number one. And I feel like one of you, if not both of you, are blocking your heart chakra, and you're not actually tuning into anything of real emotion. You're projecting, and therefore you're not really tuned into what spirit are trying to give you in terms of information, which is possibly why you're missing the smaller details. And the reason I'm telling you that is because you've just walked into a reading and you're deflecting energy, which is not where the reading is trying to go, and it's because of you're projecting onto the reading. You heal. That's how you open your heart chakra. You heal. You do the healing. You do the work. You don't run. You walk into it. So we've got 3 of Swords, just to clarify that. This is heartbroken. This is pain. This is a broken heart chakra, okay? And 8 of Cups, walking away from something. So walking away from emotional healing, all right? So again, first step is to do the emotional healing work, because it will definitely help you. And we don't ever stop doing that, because it's a continuous process, all right? For those who don't know how to do that, it is a matter of going back through lots of different scenarios. And again, I'm seeing inner child work. So Robert, you're definitely not intuitive then if you think I haven't done it. That's one thing I will say. I will say your intuition is, they're showing me a block around your third eye, denial. So I think maybe you need to look a little closer to home there. So let's see. Messages, please. No, you're not making me angry. I'm got to laugh. You're not making me angry. Right, messages, please. So now we've got the 3 of Cups in the reverse here. So 3 of Cups usually, wow, there's a lot of energy of people running away from themselves. Right, let's see. Okay, so we've got masculine energy here. We've got Emperor. Okay, so divine masculine energy, again, could be Aries. There's also a very strong Leo energy here, but we've also got transformation. This is very scorpionic. All right. So this is about divine masculines who are, I'm hearing, taking charge. I'm hearing taking charge. And then this is what makes me laugh. 7 of Pentacles. So this is a waiting process. So this is an outcome where, again, what is this? There's something happening between Leo season, August and October, November. It's like there's energy around this weekend that's beginning a kickstart of a process that's going to happen around Leo season to Scorpio season. So August, sort of end of July. They're just saying unions. End of July to end of November, sort of 21st November. Leo into Scorpio season. I'm just hearing manifestation. Yeah. Wow. I know, Joanna. We've also got, and as you can tell, I've not asked for this energy to come to me. Well, look who's come back again. We've got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So the authentic energy is coming through here, which is, they're saying do energy. The guides are saying do energy, but let me just see if I can find a word that is not so rude. They're saying an idiot, but let me just see if I can find a word that is not so rude. Misguided, and they're saying idiot. So at RB, I'm an Aries, Taurus cusp, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, and Sagittarius ascendant. So the Queen of Earth, this is someone who's a miser. This is someone who, this is a greedy energy. This is, and I'm reading this from the card. I'm not, you know, I'm just reading the energy here. Let me just try and explain it in a better way. That is, again, I don't know why someone's upset that it's offensive, because don't be offensive then, you know. So the Queen of Earth in reverse is control. This is about control. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you've got to call a spade a spade. I can't. It's like they're trying to put gold onto shiz. You know, someone's trying to paint gold onto trash here. Yeah, I'm a Scorpio Moon, 12th house unaspected. Yeah, I mean, it gets worse if you see my whole chart, but yeah, Scorpio Moon. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to debate that. I know what how bad my moon sign is. Queen of Earth. Yeah, I know. It's my whole chart is pretty bad. I'm not going to lie. I've got Mars in Aries as well, and Mercury in Aries. So again, so if you're getting, so we've got Queen of Pentacles. Do you know what makes me laugh? I've just realized this. So this imbalanced energy is looking towards a masculine, right? Who's now playing a waiting game, 7 of Pentacles. This imbalanced karmic is looking at the masculine who's playing a waiting game, and the masculine is waiting, but he doesn't realize that he's not only observing this karmic, but he's also, look, this is what the manifestation is going into, the Emperor. So it's like someone's biding their time here to, they're actually nurturing their goals. This one is, the one I'm channeling for is they're biding their time to grow, putting their energy into their goals, because that's what's they think is going to lead them out of this situation. Yeah, look, so we've got the star energy here, which is Aquarius, but it's also healing. So cleanse the body. That's a long answer. So usually I'll do a chakra clearing, usually about 30-minute one, and then I'll meditate after that. All right. Usually twice a week I'll do a Himalayan pink salt bath. Then I'll make sure that my work environment is, everything is okay. So I'm playing solfeggio music in usually about 12 hours a day where I work. So there's a cleanse, you know, space is cleansed. I'm burning sage. You can also use that for the body as well. But for me, doing the readings, I usually do 30 minutes to an hour of chakra, just cleanses, cutting ties, making sure all my kind of energy is okay, the spiritual upkeep. Then I'll have a bath twice a week of the Himalayan pink salt. But that's because I'm doing this work. And in between readings, I'll wash my hands. I'm, you know, using Florida water, because again, it's like and then I'm asking ties to be cut. So depends what you're doing. But for me, I have to, because I do healing as well. So it's not, I mean, to be honest with you, I've got a really disciplined guide who tells me to do this. It's like normal for my guide. when to eat, when to do this, when to do that. So it's just a very disciplined guide. I've got my father's lineage is Asian as well, so it's a very kind of disciplined energy that comes from that sort of side of my guides. And we've got world in reverse. So there's a karmic cycle that's being closed out here. There's a karmic cycle that's being closed out here. Someone's trying to project responsibility onto a masculine. Do you know, I've got a feeling I've got a feeling that this energy that I'm reading for, they're trying to take matters into their own hands. They're trying to take matters into their own hands. That the masculine is aware of what this feminine is doing and is also trying to maneuver their way into, like, and this is what keeps them a bit stuck. There's this revenge energy that someone's getting suckered into, which is causing this cycle to continue. If they let this karmic close this cycle out, then it wouldn't be as bad, but I feel like they're still in that kind of loop. What else is going on, please? Moon. So we've got stars and we've got the moon. So again, moon is emotions. It's also intuition. Little do they know, someone's been suppressing emotions around a situation. They're so busy entertaining this karmic partner who is totally imbalanced, and then there's all these smoke and mirrors. They haven't paid attention to these emotions that are creeping up on them, and that's the thing that's going to like close this loop out. I'm just hearing they don't know what to do. They're relying on something externally to happen. They're trying to manifest that. This is the same energy as before. Messages, please. The bottom of the deck was the Empress, by the way. Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah. The feminine could be, I mean, I did do a reading about that recently where there was definitely a karmic that was trying to do black magic. Yes, there is an element of that, but you've got to remember, for that kind of energy, that person has to be at a level where they're accepting of that narrative that's being sold. If you're vibrating higher than that, it's not going to affect you, but if you're in that lower vibration, then yeah. So we've got the King of Pentacles here. So this is a earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that's fed up, that's trying to do the right thing and take responsibility. It's someone's picking up after this karmic, and it's like, just drop the load. It's drop the burden here. They're trying to save face. They don't want to acknowledge that this is over, because it means they have to acknowledge that defeat. There's definitely a strong Leo energy here. Someone doesn't want to acknowledge that it failed, because there's something about, they're taking it as a personal insult when it fails. But yeah, I mean, it could be that there is definitely magic. My guy just said, what an idiot. See, this is the thing. If you're going to do that kind of energy, it's a pet. I mean, don't forget, if you're, first of all, the thing with that type of energy is this is going to backfire 100,000%. You can theoretically try that kind of thing, and then it comes back to you. So 9 times out of 10 it will, and it will do it more the sort of 3 or 4 or 5 times over, which is why I'm always recommending don't do that, because what's the point? Form of control. It's a form of control that they're acknowledging that there is a lack of control they have about a situation, and so they're trying to take things into their own hands. And you've got a masculine here that's making lots of excuses for this energy. They don't want to admit defeat. And this is the thing, it's not about defeat, it's about knowing your respect, you know, respecting yourself. Like, but they're not, it's just this energy that I'm channeling is just not at that mindset. They can't see it. This is actually keeping them in, I mean, it both suits both parties. If you do it yourself or someone does it for you, don't do it. Definitely do not do that. I'm going to be honest with you. If you're dealing with a divine counterpart situation and you're doing black magic, you're extending your karma. I'm going to be real. If someone is doing it for you, you're still extending your karma. If you're doing it for you, you're extending your karma. Because what you're saying is, I don't trust upstairs to carry out their job. Who are you? I'm going to take charge. And what you're saying is, when they come in and go, here's your blessings, they go, oh, sorry, I forgot. You said you didn't want it. You said that you'd be taking charge. Let me go and give these blessings somewhere else. So you've got to remember, it's a dual-edged sword there. This is why I don't ever recommend doing that. And this is the thing, when people sit there and go, oh, I'm going to do a shut the F up spell, and I'm going to do it, and wiggling their fingers, you keep doing that, it's just going to come back on you. And this is the thing, a lot of people are not going to have this kind of viewpoint, and people go, well, what do you recommend for when you're, you know, you're abused or you're done this? I still don't recommend spell work. I mean, but this is the thing, it's there's a very old, and this, because this is the problem we've got the witch trials, that there's a very strong stigma behind that. So I feel like there's this energy of people that want to practice it and be like, I'm proud to be this was a, you know, I'm one of the witches they couldn't kill and all this other stuff. You're falling into a karmic trap, and also it's ego. You're falling into an ego trap, and you're basically opening the doors up for spirit to go, you didn't trust that we would have this in hand. I tell you what, why don't we show you what else we can do? Let's rebalance the scale. It's about a rebalance of the scale. If you're taking control of that, because this is the thing, in order for you to actually do something like that, you have to know your karma with that person throughout the whole of the beginning of time. If you can sit there and go, I can comfortably say that there's absolutely no karma that I have between this person, then you go ahead. I'll be shocked if that's the case, but you go ahead. But 9 times out of 10, 99.9% of the time, is there is something you're trying to be taught. And so by doing a spell, not only are you not accepting responsibility, you're then creating further karma, and you're also saying upstairs, I don't trust anything you're doing. I'm going to take matters into my hands, which is why I'm totally against it. And I'm told I'm mad as well. Oh my goodness, you could do so much. No, this is the thing. I know my past lives. I know what I can do. I know what I've done in past lives. I know what I can do. And this is exactly why I'm not doing it, because I've learned, you know. Yeah, I did Big Brother as well. So it could well have been YouTube you saw me on. Right, let's have a look. I don't know why, but I feel ill. I feel sick. It's like someone's purging. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles here. This is a commitment. This is a tangible offer. This is purging. This is a purge. I'm hearing increase in wealth. I'm hearing increase in wealth. Someone, okay. When this energy gets closed out, they're not only, of course, thinking about it energetically, abundance-wise, you're opening up yourself to that kind of energy. You're manifesting as well, but you're basically accepting your blessings. Someone's about to come into money when they accept that this cycle is closed out, and it's not based on someone's, because number one, they're going to have more money because this person feels very money orientated, but someone's about to come into more money with this alignment that's coming up. Let's see what else is going on here. Two of Wands. Someone doesn't feel like they're worthy of that. That's the issue as well. We've got so many, and I'll be honest with you, that sickness that I'm feeling, it feels very sacral chakra, solar plexus, sacral chakra, willpower, confidence, emotional center. I feel like that. I feel ill. I feel sick, and it's mainly. I mean, first of all, is the look. Can I just be real for a minute? It's the karmic energy, first of all. But also secondary, it's the masculines that are absorbing this energy and trying to process it and heal. Right, messages, please. What other messages do we need to be passing on? Okay. I've done this for 12 years, but I appreciate your advice. Okay. Let's have a look. I'm also 39, so I don't know if that's going to shock you, but maybe I look younger, but you know, I have lived, believe it or not. So, Messenger of Earth. This is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is again a slow offer. This is someone who, they're so earthbound, this energy. This is very earthbound energy. They're not, you know, I've got a feeling. Let me just see what time it is. This might be my shopping getting delivered. I'm not going to lie. If I have to go, it means my shopping's... it means my shop, we've run over time, so my shopping's been delivered and I need to eat. It's food shopping. I'm getting ordered, like delivered. And someone's very much in the physical earth plane, and that's another reason why it's like they're earthbound. They're tied into this energy. Can you hear that noise? It is. That's actually my shopping. I'm gonna have to go, guys. This is actually hilarious. I ordered it earlier. I ordered it later. How weird. Yeah, look, I'm gonna have to go. This is my shopping here. I'm sorry, guys. We did half an hour before, and now obviously this is gonna have to be. I'm gonna have to go. Thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful eclipse. I'm uploading the eclipse readings, 2 of them, twin flame and general collective reading. They're uploaded, going to be uploaded later, and also Sagittarius end of June reading as well. Guys, I'm gonna have to go because my food's here and I'm starving. Take care. Bye.